Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a kind of 2-for-1 deal for you. I have a giant stack of books that I wanted to share with you that I have picked up. And I also have the coveted Nightworms. This is the February Nightworms. Yes, I have opened it already, but I thought I'd share that with you guys. So this is kind of your 2-for-1 deal. We're going to go through a bunch of books. We're going to open up our Nightworms. I'm going to show you guys what we have. And I will hopefully, which I've started to do, sprinkled here and there in videos, is I will try and leave some timestamps if there is a book or you just want to get to the haul part. Whatever. There'll be timestamps for every single book. Now, because there's such a huge stack of books, and we want to get through the Nightworms, I'm gonna try, I guess, to give a quick synopsis. There are a lot of books. Sometimes I buy books and then I go to talk about them and I don't remember what they are, so it's going to be a lot of reading from the back of books, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be quite a long video. You're going to want to grab a snack. You're going to want to grab a beverage. I don't have a beverage with me. Hold on. Not sponsored at all, but I'm addicted. These Alani new energy drinks and this new flavor. What is this? Berry Pop? Yeah. Again, not sponsored, but Alani new. If you want to sponsor me. So good. Alright, so let's get into the February Nightworms first. So this is only the second time Nightworms has been on my channel. It's kind of difficult to get a subscription. I, thank God, have procured a subscription, and procured? Is that the word I want to use? I don't know, we're going with it. But I finally got a subscription instead of having to keep getting one-offs. So this is the February. And what Nightworms is, it's a book subscription service. However, the books are more horror and thriller and kind of more gory, darker books that come with it. So unlike other subscriptions, like we do the unplugged book box here, you don't get like candles and like lotions and things you might not need. You literally just get 2 new books, some of which might not even be out. You get this cute little, they call it like a goodie bag, and inside the goodie bag there is like your bookmark that goes along with the theme for it. I love the bookmarks. Actually, I will, when we get to the book haul, one of the books, the top book right here, I'm actually currently reading, and there is a Nightworms bookworm in there, or bookmark in there. And then you get a beverage of some sort. They add in cute little stickers sometimes. They'll add in little magnets. There's all sorts of really cute things in there. So let's get to the books first, and then we'll open up the goodie bags. Or the goodie bag, I should say. So this month, or I should say February, last month, we got 2 books. One of them is a short paperback one that would take me like no time to read. And the other one, this one's kind of short too, actually. This one's only 228 pages. So 2 really good short books. The first one is called Waif by Samantha Kolsnick. It looks like that. And it is kind of this short, floppy paper book. And on the back it says, Angela has everything she thought she ever wanted. A successful husband, a lavish house, and a bottomless fortune. But the sight of a strange man in a grocery store one night reawakens her dormant sexuality, and soon Angela embarks on a dangerous descent into the world of underground pornography and back alley plastic surgery. As the stakes get higher, long-buried memories resurface, and Angela finds herself enamored with Rena, a fetish film performer, with some help from a queer gang called the Waifs. Angela is forced to make the decision between her unhappy upper-class life and the treacherous world of underground film. So this kind of, I don't know, it seems very dark, maybe a little thriller-ish-y. But yeah, I mean, obviously, when you get some of these books, there's some trigger warnings, so before you read these books, nothing really, I mean, there's been books that I'm like, oh, that can shock me, but I don't know, if you have some deep trigger warnings, make sure you look those up for yourself. So, really excited to read that book. That's the first book. And then the next one is Road of Bones by Christopher Golden. It is blurbed by Stephen King. So it says, tightly wound, atmospheric, and creepy as hell. It will take you to a place you've never been before, and the trip will scare the hell out of you. I loved it. That's what he said. It looks like this. And then the inside, I'll read it really quickly. Surrounded by barren trees in a snow-covered wilderness with dim, dusky sky forever overhead, Siberia's Komolia Highway is 1,200 miles of gravel-packed permafrost within driving distance of the Arctic Circle. A narrow path where drivers face such challenging conditions as icy surfaces, limited visibility, and an average temperature of 60 below zero. Fatal car crashes are common. But motorists are not the only victims of the highway. Known as the Road of Bones, it is a massive graveyard for the former Soviet Union's Gulag prisoners. Hundreds of thousands of people were worked to death and left where their bodies fell, consumed by the frozen elements and plowed beneath the roads. Fascinated by the history, documentary producer Felix Teague is in Russia to drive the highway, envisioning a new series capturing life and death on the Road of Bones, the ride to the town of August, the coldest place on Earth, collecting ghost stories and local legends along the way. However, when Teague and his team reach their destination, they find an abandoned town, save one chaotic, it says backflap, chaotic 9-year-old girl, or catatonic. I can read today. Today was not a good day to try to read books. A 9-year-old and a pack of predatory wolves, faster and smarter than any wild animals they should be. Pursued by the otherworldly beasts, Teague's companions confront even more uncanny and inexplicable phenomenons along the Road of Bones, as if the ghosts of Stalin's victims were haunting them. It is a harrowing journey that will push Teague to the edge of human endurance. Cool. So it looks like, and I guess this is a real place too. I was kind of reading a little bit on the inside. Or was it the author's note? I can't remember if it's the author's note or the inside. But this is a real place, and this author was kind of inspired by this place and wanted to make a horror story out of it. So this will be really cool. All right, so we got 2 really awesome dark books. Let's open up the little goodie bag, and I'll show you everything we got. So the theme for the month was frostbite, so that kind of makes sense, especially that Road of Bones one. So we have our little bookmark. So it says Nightworms, February 2022, frostbite. It's got that really cool thing on it. We have our product card on the back, which is really cool. We got some really cute stickers. We have this one that says Love Potion. Mind you, this is a February one, so this really makes a lot of sense. So that one says Love Potion, and then this one says Love You to Pieces, Be Creepy With Me. And this actually goes with the little beverage that we got. This is from Evil Tea Company. So this is the beverage we got. This is Love You to Pieces tea. It says it's got Scillian black tea with rose petals and cherry flavoring. And this will actually go to my mom. I'm not a tea drinker. I'm a coffee drinker. So I will actually be giving this to my mama. And then with the books, we got some signed book plates to put in the books, which is really great. And then we got... oh yeah, this is where I read it. This is the author letter for Road of Bones. I think that's where I read that he was inspired by this actual road. In, what is it, Siberia? Yeah. So, that is everything in the February Nightworms packaging. What do you guys think? I think this is a great idea. I love how like minimal, like it's not, you're not drowning in things that, I don't know, maybe you don't need. It's just enough to make your bookish self happy. And you know, these are books too that I don't, like a lot of them, like this might be mainstream at one point, but I don't think this book will ever be quite mainstream. So it's nice to get kind of these books that you might not hear about because it comes from like a small publisher or a publishing house or a independent writer. So yeah, that is Nightworms. Moving on to my stack of books over here. So the first book is a book that I'm actually borrowing. I'm almost finished with it. I've been reading it. It is out now, and that is Extasia by Claire Legrand. Claire Legrand. I'm like that far away from finishing. I'm on page 362. This book has been quite creepy. If you are fans of M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, this is the type of vibes it gives me. It follows this girl who lives in this village where they believe that they are like the last remaining people, that God has saved them and now they must praise to God. So there are saints, and our main character has become a saint for this village. She also quickly finds out that being the saint in this village is not everything it is cracked up to be, and in her anger, she discovers that she has powers, and she has come across this world called Extasia, and within Extasia are witches, and she quickly finds out that this is the world she wants to be in. And she also believes that if she can call upon the devil, she might be able to save her village, because within her village there are men being killed, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. And you quickly find out the darkness that this village really is, and that maybe the small village of Haven is not everything that our main character thought it would be. So it's a really good book. It's out now, so I have an advanced reader's copy. It just came out this week. And yeah, I love it so far. So if you can, pick up Extasia. Next on my list are books 1 and 2 of a series, and the series is Song of the Forever Rains by E.J. Mello. I have read E.J. Mello before. She wrote this Dreamer series, which I really liked. So as soon as I saw she was coming out with another series, I had to pick it up. So this is the first book, and this is the second book, Dance of a Burning Sea. These covers are just, they're so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going to read what the first book is about, and then of course this is the second book when you're ready. I think there's a third book out. I don't know for sure or how to get a hold of it exactly, but the cover is just as stunning as these. So the first book is A Song of Forever Rains. It says, the Thief Kingdom is a place hidden within the world of Adalor. Many whispers of its existence, but few have found this place, where magic and pleasure abound. There the mysterious Thief King reigns supreme with the help of the Messiah, a trio of revered and feared sorceresses. Larkra Bassett may be the youngest of the Masawi, but when she sings, her voice has the power to slay monsters. When it's discovered the Duke of Lachlan is siphoning a poisonous drug from the Thief Kingdom and using it to abuse his tenants, Larkra is offered her first solo mission to stop the Duke. Larkra accepts by posing as the Duke's potential bride, but her plans grow complicated when she finds herself drawn to Lord Darius McKenna, Lachlan's rightful heir. Soon she suspects Darius has his own motivations for ridding Lachlan of the corrupt Duke. Lachlan and Darius must learn to trust each other if there is to be any hope of saving the people of Lachlan and themselves. Wow, I can't read. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, this seems like a really cool fantasy book. I think it might be adult fantasy. I am not sure though. So, but hi, there is, and we've talked about this. There's a little baby map in here. So cute. All right. Moving on, I have what has been talked about so much on BookTube. Finally bit the bullet and got it. However, it has a Target sticker on it. And that is The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. I mean, we're not going to go into this too much. It's a romantic comedy, I would think, or a romantic contemporary. And it really says, when a fake relationship between scientists meet the irresistible force of attraction, it throws one woman's carefully calculated theories on love into chaos. And that's, I mean, that's what romance books are about, is there's a person falls in love, and then they're happy, and then there's a problem, and then they come back together with love. So this will be kind of like a fun one for me to read in the summer. I mean, again, it's been all over BookTube. I'm sure everyone and their mother has heard of this book, so I got it. The next book I have, I'm very, very excited about, and I keep wanting to read it, and then there's other books, you know, book lover problems. You want to read the book, and then there's other books that comes out, and then you buy it, and then, yeah. So this is Beast of Prey by Anya Gray. I hope I'm saying her name right. I don't know if I am. I mean, this cover, hello. There is a map. We love a map. It's really pretty. Yeah, the naked dust jacket isn't anything. So what I've been told this book is like, has very kind of like night circus-y vibes, I guess. Like there's a zookeeper, and her job is to look after these animals in the zoo, but it's like a night zoo, I suppose. Yeah. It's an infamous night zoo unexpectedly unleashes a dangerous, untamed power that has been secretly brewing within her for years. And it just has to do with her power awakening in this night zoo. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be a fun read. I'm excited about that one. All right, next on my list is a Christina Henry book. If you're familiar with Christina Henry, it's because I have talked about her. I read her Alice series, which is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. It's a really dark, gritty retelling of Alice in Wonderland. I really liked it. So she tends to take different stories, kind of like Disney tales almost, and really spins it on its head and gives it a much more grittier, kind of darker theme to it. So the book I have next is hopefully no exception. This is Horseman. It's a tale of Sleepy Hollow, again by Christina Henry. And, you know, we all know the tale of Sleepy Hollow. And I hope that she spins this story to, like, I mean, Sleepy Hollow is dark already as it is. But hopefully she will make it, like, even more creepier. So everyone in Sleepy Hollow knows about the Horseman, but no one really believes in him. Not even Ben Van Brunt's grandfather, Bron Bones, who was there when it was said the Horseman chased the upstart Ichabod Crane out of town. Bron says that that's just legend, the village gossip talking. More than 30 years after those storied events, the village is a quiet place. 14-year-old Ben loves to play Sleepy Hollow boys, reenacting the events Bron once lived through. But then Ben and a friend stumble across the headless body of a child in the woods near the village, and the discovery makes Ben question everything the adults in Sleepy Hollow have ever said. Could the Horseman be real after all? Or does something even more sinister stalk the woods? So that's really cool. Really excited about that. If this is anything like the Alice books, we're in for a ride. And then also from Christina Henry, I don't think this has anything to do with any stories. I could be wrong. It might be a story that I'm just not familiar with. And that is Near the Bone. And hi, that is a cool cover. And I got one with red spray edges on it. I love it. The inside, this is just a beautiful book all around. This is the inside cover. And then there's that on the book. It's so pretty. It's such a stunning edition. So again, this is Near the Bone. And it says, Maddie can't remember a time before she and William lived alone on a mountain together. She must never make him upset. But when Maddie discovers the mutilated body of a fox in the woods, she realizes that they're not alone after all. There's something in the woods that wasn't there before, something that makes strange cries in the night, something with sharp teeth and claws. When three strangers appear on the mountaintop looking for the creature in the woods, Maddie knows their presence will anger William. Terrible things happen when William is angry. Whew! Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. This one seems really dark and really creepy. Again, it's Christina Henry. Like, she's good at just creeping you out. The next one is kind of a weird one that I'm going to share with you. It's not necessarily a book like these. It's more of like a cookbook. So I found this book, I think I got it at TJ Maxx, yeah, I did. This is Moon Magic Mixology, and there are different like cocktails in here with just beautiful, beautiful, stunning pictures. Just these different drinks you can make. So we have like this one, we have a lunar purification potion, just things you can make during different phases of the moon. And there was like a Gemini one in here, Cancer moon, jasmine and rose drink. There's just all these just beautiful blue moon luck potion. Just something I thought would be fun to have, and like if I have friends over and stuff, just kind of bust this out and make them a pretty cocktail. So I thought that was cool, and something that would be really awesome to kind of sit on my coffee table. You know? I don't know. I just thought I'd share this with you guys because it's a beautiful book, and I love it. All right, moving on. All right, next I have book 2 in a series from Adeline Grace. This is All the Tides of Fate. And the first book is, I wanted to go get the first book for you, which I haven't read yet, so I got to read these two together. The first book is All the Stars and the Teeth. All the Stars and the Teeth? All the Stars and Teeth. And then this is the one that I have hauled in this pile, All the Tides of Fate. So this is the second book that goes along with this one. It says, so I'll read this once because this, this is a mess. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. As Princess of the Island Kingdom Visita, Amora Montara had spent her entire life training to be High Animancer, the Master of Souls. The rest of the realm can choose their magic, but for Amora, it has never been a choice. To secure her place as heir to the throne, she must prove her mastery of the monarchy's dangerous soul magic. When her demonstration goes awry, Amora is forced to flee. She strikes a deal with Bastian, a mysterious pirate. He'll help her prove she's fit to rule if she'll help him reclaim his stolen magic. But sailing the kingdom holds more wonder and more peril than Amora anticipated. A destructive new magic is on the rise, and if Amora is to conquer it, she'll need to face legendary monsters, cross paths with vengeful mermaids, and deal with a stowaway she never expected, or risk the fate of Visata and lose the crown forever. So, this sounds like a good swashbuckling time with a pirate, and there's mermaids, and yeah, I like it. I mean, both these covers are very, like, high. They're very beautiful covers. So, really excited to read those and get into that series. Continuing on with series with books that I've continued buying, and that is book 2 and 3 of the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. So we have China Rich Girlfriend, and we have Rich People Problems. I read Crazy Rich Asians like a month or two ago, and I kind of liked it, kind of didn't. I was on the fence, but I decided to pick up the 2 other books on top of it. So Crazy Rich Asians follow this girl who is kind of thrust into this world of crazy rich Asians, and you know, at what length these rich Asians will do to, like, I don't know, have power and be noticed, and crazy world. So I bought books 2 and 3. Hopefully, I don't know, I hope they're a little bit better than the first book. So I haven't really looked up which books out of the 3 are better. And I mean, I don't want to be spoiled. So I'm going to continue potentially on with the series. Next is a book I got in my Unplugged book box for January. If you haven't seen that video, I will try and leave it up in the cards. And that is My Fine Fellow. This is by Janique. I don't know how to say this. I didn't know how to say it in the other video either. Janique Cohen. Yeah, and it just follows this group of people. I read the whole synopsis in that other video, so make sure you go check that video out. It kind of follows this group of people in the culinary world. Each have a different background, and there are some great things that go on into that. So check that video out because I explained that much better than this. Next, we have a Stephen King book, one I have never heard of before, and this is Lisey's Story. Apparently, they made it into a movie or a TV show that they put on Apple TV. Oh yeah, now a limited series starring Julianne Moore and Clive Owen, if you're interested. So this is Lisey's Story by Stephen King. Lisey lost her husband Scott 2 years ago after a 25-year marriage of profound and sometimes frightening intimacy. Scott was an award-winning best-selling novelist and a very complicated man. Early in their relationship, before they were married, Lisey knew there was a place Scott went, a place that both terrified and healed him, could eat him alive or give him the ideas he needed in order to live. Now it's Lisey's turn to face Scott's demons, to go to that terrifying place known as Booyah Moon. What begins as a widow's effort to sort through the papers of her celebrated husband becomes a nearly fatal journey into darkness he inhabited. So that seems really interesting. Stephen King can be very fun to read. Just every time I read a Stephen King book, I don't know, his way with words, I have to think about it a lot of times. I typically will read a romance book, something that's not as complicated to think about after I've read this, because it'll make your mind go, oh boy, stay. Please stay. That'd be great. Alright, next is a book by Shay Earnshaw, and that's A History of Wild Places. This, I believe, is a adult thriller, I think, is what it is. I like Shay Earnshaw. I've read her book. What is the book called? It's over here. Oh, so she's got The Wicked Deep. I've read that, and she's got Winterwood, which I haven't read yet, but I have. I loved Wicked Deep, so hopefully I like this a lot. This book is another book that is just stunning. So that is the hardcover, the naked hardcover, which is so pretty. There's like a cupcake on there. There's a watch. There's a lipstick. There's glasses. There's shoes. There's a book. And then I can't remember. Was there? No, I didn't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, and even like the feel of the cover is really pretty. I've heard some mixed reviews about this. I've heard people say they like it. I've heard people say they don't like it. But because it's Shay Earnshaw and I liked The Wicked Deep, I'm going to give it a shot. So let me read you just like a little bit of it. Travis Wren is an unusual talent for locating missing people, hired by families as a last resort. He requires only a single object to find the person who has vanished. When he takes on the case of Maggie St. James, a well-known author of dark, macabre children's books, He's led to a place many believe to only be a legend. Known as Pastoral, this reclusive community was founded by like-minded people searching for a simpler way of life. But soon after Travis stumbles upon it, he disappears, just like Maggie St. James. Years later, Theo, a lifelong member of Pastoral, discovers Travis's abandoned truck beyond the border of the community. No one is allowed in or out, not without the risk of bringing a disease, the rot, into Pastoral. Unraveling the mystery of what happened reveals secrets that Theo, his wife Kayla, and her sister Bee keep from one another. Secrets that prove their perfect, isolated world isn't as safe as they believed, and that darkness takes many forms. So that seems really well. Kind of goes along with like Extasia a little bit, I think, where you have that remote town village that wants no one to come in, no one to come out. So yeah, I'll be interested to read this. Again, it's had some, I don't know, I've heard people like it, I've heard people not like it, but again, Shay Earnshaw, I'm going to give it a try. I don't know how many more books are going to go on this stack before it falls over. It's not looking good. And I don't want to drop I just don't know where to put this right now. I had to move my drink because this is starting to get wobbly, and if books go and my drink gets all over it, I will cry. Anyways, moving on. I know nothing about this book. I've never heard about this book. I went to a bookstore with my friend Erin. She has an Instagram, Erin's Not So Bare Bookshelf. I believe I will link it down below. I think I've had it in quite a bit of videos. She's the one that actually lets me borrow these ARCs that I love. So we went to the bookstore, and actually I had bought History of Wild Places and then the next 3 books that are coming up. So this one I've never heard of. We were in the bookstore, and I was like, oh, it's a really pretty cover. I wonder what it's about. So this is A Small Favors by Aaron A. Craig. I've never heard of this book, but it's so pretty. It's very pretty. And like on the letters where the honey is, it's like embossed. It's really cool. The inside cover is really pretty as well. It looks like that. And then, oh yeah, the spine of the book is really, really pretty. So this book says, the heart's desire always comes with a price. Ellery Downing is waiting for something to happen. Life in isolated Amity Falls, surrounded by an impeccable forest, has a predictable sameness. Her days are filled with tending to her family's beehives, chasing after her sisters, and dreaming of bigger things, while her twin Samuel is free to roam as he wishes. Are you trying to get in the bubble mailer? Early settlers fought off monstrous creatures in the woods, and whispers that the creatures still exist keep the Downings and their neighbors from venturing too far. What is it with me getting books that have like a creepy don't go beyond the village type of thing? Anyway, when some townsfolk go missing on a trip to fetch supplies, a heavy unease settles over the falls. Strange activities begin to plague the town, and as the seasons change, it's clear that something is terribly wrong. The creatures are real, and they're offering to fulfill the residents' deepest desires, however grand, for just a small favor. These seemingly trifling demands, however, hide sinister intentions. Soon, Ellery finds herself in a race against time to stop Amity Falls, her family, and the boy she loves from going up in flames. Wow. Small Favors is a mesmerizing and chilling novel about dark wishes and dreams and what lurks in the shadows of the people you think you know. So yeah, this seems really, like the cover's like, oh, isn't it pretty and everything, and then there's some dark-ish going on. The other thing too, I think now that I see, oh yeah, the the chapter pages. This isn't like the chapter pages, like the, I don't know, the sections of each part of the book. Like this one's autumn, and then we got spring. So the different seasons are kind of marked off these beautiful papers. Yeah, so interested in that. Okay. Please don't fall. We got 2 more books. All right, next is another book that is so hyped on BookTube, and I hear it's for a good reason because people are loving it. It's Iron Widow by Zyra J. Zhao. Hopefully I am saying her name right. I follow her on Instagram. She's pretty. I think that's why I heard about this book, because I follow her from Instagram. This book is stunning. It's beautiful. Like its ferocious heroine, Iron Widow is a brutal, bloodthirsty, and full of rage. Zedian's fight to shatter patriarchal definitions of power makes for a truly thrilling read, it says on the back. I guess not. I was hoping there was a map. Every book should have a map. If you are not in this world, there should be a map. End of story. In Haiua, the highest, I hope I'm saying this right, I'm probably butchering this. The highest honor for a young girl is to be selected as a concubine pilot. Supporters paired up with male pilots to power up chrysalises, the giant transforming mechas that humanity relies on to battle the massive aliens that lurk beyond the Great Wall. But the honor often ends in death, and when 18-year-old Zedian's sister is killed by an ace male pilot, Zedian signs up to avenge her. The vengeance is swift, brutal, and unexpected, leaving Zedian labeled as an Iron Widow, a much-feared kind of female pilot who can sacrifice boys to power up chrysalises instead of the other way around. To tame her unerring yet invaluable mental strength, she's paired up with Li Shimin, the strongest and most controversial male pilot in Hokia. But now that Zedian has made a taste of power, she will not cower so easily. She will miss no opportunity to leverage her and Shimin's combined might and infamy and survive attempt after attempt on her life until she can figure out exactly why the pilot system relies so heavily on destroying girls' lives and dismantles it for good. Our last book is a graphic novel, which I saw on Goodreads, and I kind of bought it on the cover alone, and that is Squad by Maggie Tusta Hall and Lisa Sturl, and it looks like that, and the art is kind of cool. I really like the artwork. So it says, when Becca starts a posh new high school, she never expects to be noticed by the most popular girls. She never expects them to invite her into their pack, but they do. They show her how to dress and how to act and what parties to go to. And then one night, under the full moon, they let her in on their secret. They're werewolves. This is when a normal person would run screaming, but Becca doesn't run. She doesn't scream. She doesn't want to escape. She wants to belong, and now she does. She's all new. It is perfect. For a little while, anyways, until Thatcher dies and things get complicated. So this would be a fun one to read also. Probably like during Halloweenish time. But yeah, that is it. That is all the books that I got. Let's see if we can keep this one up here. We can get this one to... Ooh, yes. So these are all of the books that I have hauled so far. I have a ton more, but I'm going to kind of do this like bookworms and then haul some books for you guys to see. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of that, because I think if I just did the Nightworms, it would be a much smaller video. So that's why I threw in some books. What do you guys think of my book stack? What are some books that you have already read from the stack? What is on your TBR out of these books? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you are reading right now currently. If you'd like to follow my book journey, I will leave the link for my Goodreads down below. Also, Erin's Not So Empty Bookshelf, her Instagram. Go give her a follow. And yeah, thanks guys for sticking around. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you always have a book to read, because I always do. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.